Well, Silas matchup is super miserable. Zerkinators, thank you for the follow. Well guys, welcome to another educational video and the chances of this making it to the channel, but essentially this is a really boring matchup because Silas with D-Shield, infinite sustain, and we're pretty much just playing for wave clear. The goal is to be able to move and always have pressure. But this is like what makes the Silas matchup so hard, is that if you ever actually finds a chain onto you, you pretty much instantaneously lose. So the whole point of this matchup is, and is a really great matchup for practicing distance control, it's just how far away can you stand while like getting optimal damage in? Because every time he messes up the chain combo, you get infinite damage. Or if he doesn't gap close, you get infinite damage. It's just how well can you play distance control? How well can you make the guy mess up by playing at a very good distance to get both poke damage but also stay at a relatively safe range? Because it's harder for him to dash into me under tower when he has to consider the tower, so this makes it a little bit harder for him. A little bit more of a commitment, if you will. Could have also ran Scorch if we wanted to apply pressure. I just don't think Udyrs ever play the game, so I opted for Gathering Storm instead. It's just something that typically happens, is that you take Scorch and then eventually your jungler just never does anything, so you're just like, oh, I should have just scaled instead. But there's no shot we're ever playing for the 2v2 at this point. They have a Gen Nautilus bot side, and we're both playing towards bottom. But we are starting to get a pretty decent amount of damage. It's just you gotta remember that D-Shield's always ticking. And we have TP if we ever do make a really bad trade, so we can recover very easily. The issue is that we'd have to burn too much mana to even do enough damage to kill this guy ever without Scorch and Airy. We just don't have enough tools, really. Well, we're fucked if they actually fight that. I'm gonna have to TP here, 100%. Uh-oh. XD. Alright, I wasted TP, it's all good. I'm just here for moral support. It's oh wait, we have Ezreal Ghost? That's kind of lit, though. Who's the wave pushing to? Probably check that as well. They're both running through mid lane for top crab. It's crazy how that converts over into being like a double kill bottom. Like, they normally should not have prio, but... Let's speed you up. I'm assuming he's got nothing since all that jazz. The incorrect play would have been to go for the QW onto Hecarim and just get spaced, so it's really important that we sped him up so he can get in range for his stun again. So you gotta remember, this is lethal tempo, so once Phase Rush runs out on Hecarim, he's just got nothing. Hecarim is a champion that just the longer he stays in combat, the better. Now, Silas hasn't reset yet, which means he's got a ton of gold in his inventory, but no, like, resources, so it's really important that we, like, hard shove this lane. The reason why we're doing this is we're creating a situation where if he recalls, he'll lose his farm, and if he stays, he dies. So, it's really important that we continue to push here. Alright, so Wave's guaranteed to push back to us now. He burns TP. This is a cheater recall, so I'm going to get the lead for free and come back. No matter what he does, there's no way he stops me here, so... Actually consider buying like a refillable potion, but just keep in mind this is cannon wave, so even if he tries to shove this lane in, it's impossible for me to lose anything besides like 1 or 2 minions. So it makes it a free chance for me to spend my money, even though he burns TP to get the lane fast. So I'm pretty much even. I lose 2 minions, I get a free recall, I get to spend 1,000 gold. If I stayed in lane instead, I would just be missing 40 AP for no reason, which is really not a good use of resources that you've earned. It's always important to make sure you're spending your money when you get ahead. Otherwise, you're not actually ahead. We're going to prioritize roaming here because at this point, it's the only play that really matters. I think we could actually kill this guy if we're being real. Just kidding, we'll prioritize farm here. The good news is we got really lucky with minion AI, so it's actually pushing towards us right now. They've got more casters than us, so eventually it just slow pushes. It's really important that we get those QWs at max range, because we gotta get... You gotta start poking them lower, so it makes them, like, feel restricted in his gameplay. The lower HP somebody is, the more, like, scared they have to play. To compensate. But there's no way for him to approach this wave without flash. So as long as I hold this here, it's like really good for us. Yeah, I'm down to play dragon as well. It was probably a little bit of a wasteful flash. I just want to make sure I didn't get all-end. That was like my biggest concern, is that Silas would all-end me and then ult me back into the gen. So I just went ahead and flash forward. Sorry, my bad. You can get the melees if you want. You've got 3 charges right now, so it's wasteful not to use it. I'll actually die here if he ulted. I'm not even kidding, like... the moment the Bard went through with the recall, if he had ulted me right there, I would have 100% died. That's actually so scary. I need to recall, though. Because right now, I have a bunch of money, and I'm just not spending it. We're technically even, though I have a 1,000 gold lead right now. That's okay, I'm just gonna reset. It's a cannon wave again, so hopefully I lose nothing as a result of it. This guy's low on mana, so he's not going to be able to shove this land in even if he wants to. So he's got to do he's got to reverse this slow push right there, otherwise he loses. So we'll see what he does. He hard pushes, okay. That's pretty much the worst choice he could have picked, because he just literally, he doesn't have enough mana to push wave. So now, he slow pushes into me, I get this wave guaranteed, I lose 2 minions at most. He could have instead pulled the wave and then slow pushed it back into him. And then I would have lost something as a result of that. Instead, I just get the full wave. So it's a free recall. You saw that I missed basically 1 melee, and that's it. He's doing Rift Herald, so it's important that we push mid just to make sure we can rotate if needed. Applying pressure mid means they can't easily move to go to Rift. And now that we have a bunch of tier stacks, we actually have a lot of mana to use. The only bad thing is I gotta get rid of this fucking health potion so I can get my boots. It feels wasteful, you know, it's like 50 gold, but it's almost irrelevant, so might as well. But right now, my jungler's in base. There's really no reason for me to be pushing forward because I'm just making myself gankable. So I'm just gonna go walk away and place a ward down on this timer. This guy just mindlessly pushes for no reason, so... Even in Grandmasters, people will right-click for literally no reason. Have a nice evening, cutie. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm playing for it. I mean, if you run through the speed field, I feel like we catch him, but... Maybe I just speed you up there. If you had Chilling Smites, like, guaranteed. I'm playing towards the side that my Udyr's on, just in case the Hecarim is above me. And realistically, we're just letting the wave push as much into us as we can. We've got the ward that we can play around, which is in Pixel Bush. But the moment I go that QW, it's just the wave's fucked. So that's the one thing, is like, if I want to poke somebody, I usually have to fuck my wave. I just got jostled around like a fucking joystick. It's okay, we've kind of expected that to happen, to be honest. We could just say that's a fault with my positioning. It's not good to give over random kills, especially when it's avoidable. Like, my Udyr's farming Raptors. It's like, it doesn't matter if the wave's pushing or not. I could have just been patient and played under tower, and that would have been a better result. Tragic. Good news is, we play around Dragon in 50 seconds, and we should pretty much get a huge lead off of that. When you're playing ahead like this, it's really important that you force objectives that progress the game state, because you're creating a situation where it once again becomes a 50-50. It's either you win the dragon fight, or you get the dragon. So either way, it's a positive, because there's no way you lose while being ahead, provided that you're playing correctly. Like a 90% chance of success, just because you're initiating the play and setting up for it. It's really good that we spotted Hecarim here, because I'm like super out of it. We're going Liandry's this game, by the way, just because they have quad HP items. They have a lot of bruisers on their team. Once again, no reason to be going this far up with Hecarim above me on Raptors. I'm just putting myself in harm's way for no reason. I do have teammates in the area, but could definitely go both ways. And they trade top in exchange for dragons. Pretty much the best thing they could have done right there. It's not bad. Dude, he's so fucking fast. It's like, I want to turn it around there, but he's legit already like fucking 900 MS walking away. Love your content on YouTube because of working stuff. I can't follow stream, but I'd like to say huge thanks for your content. Thanks, man. That means a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting my channel as well. Without you guys, I would not have the motivation to post. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Unless... Alright, I'm just gonna TP back bottom, honestly. Hopefully this play isn't just a complete clusterfuck, but... Oh, I can't even TP if I want to. Unlucky. We're just gonna push mid. That's pretty much the only thing I can do here. Silas roams, I gotta push mid so that he loses something as a result of leaving. So now he's basically losing on a minion wave and a half. Unfortunately, no assist. Unlucky. I want my Dark Seal stacks back. You know, I actually forgot. I said I was gonna do it, and I got on my computer, and I literally forgot. The next one for sure, though, will have timestamps, and I'll go back later off stream, and I'll add the timestamps for the wave management thing. I have enough for Leon just now, so I need to go spend my money. It may seem weird that I TP in the lane, but like I TP to get pressure so that I can rotate or respond or like create a situation where somebody's losing something, and then I have a huge item spike in the form of Liandry's. So staying is no longer relevant after I hit this item spike. Like, I can continue to farm because there's no objective that's happening for 2 or 3 minutes. But if something does happen and I'm not on my mythic item, I'm just losing out on power when I could reset for free. Because I lose nothing for going back. But it's really massive how much damage I get from Liandry's as a result of recalling. And I could hold this way forever mid, really. I could just sit here. Can you check if the TP bug is still active? It doesn't look like it, but I don't have any haste besides 30. You were gonna miss it. Okay, well, I was gonna freeze it, but I think they're playing for bot side invade, so... I'm just gonna have to back them up here on this one. Yeah, he's got Nimbus Cloak, oh wait, no wonder. Sorry, fuck. Words. Holy shit, am I getting... I've literally just got one-tapped. I was holding my ultimate for after the thing went through, but... I just took all the damage. I didn't want a one-man ult, but maybe I should have just settled for one-man ulting. But yeah, that was knock-up into knock-up. Nautilus ult plus Silas chain plus Silas ult on my own. I probably could have just chose to one-shot the Jhin. I don't think I would have done enough damage off of the initial combo, but... Game does be like that. When you go Liandry's versus Ludens, you can find all this information on my spreadsheet by typing in exclamation spreadsheet. It has every single matchup, every single itemization, every single thing that you could want from a Orianna guide. But the short of it is if somebody is stacking HP items and they have a lot of tanks, you get more value from Liandry's because it's a better consistent DPS item. Whereas Ludens gives you a lot of upfront burst, but it lacks repetitive damage. So the goal of Ludens is to one-shot specific carries and like get a lot of high value at the front. But your damage on the back end does not go up there. So like the longer the fight, the better it is to have consistent DPS. But if it's going to be short fights around like poke or pick, then you kind of want Ludens. It's also a lot better just against squishy targets. Like if I'm playing versus 4 ADCs and they are not building MR, Ludens is just better. Oh my god, I'm burning to Liandry's. I just lost like 800 health to that. Uh-oh. There's no way we lose. Oh, fuck. My Q didn't reposition because it was out of range. Holy shit, right. I wonder why we could have fixed that. It's every single time, dude. I click Q, I start pathing towards it because it's out of range, and then I get fucking mega cock blocked. Thank God for Fiora healing, man. That shit's insane. What a number. We have Chalet, so we just back this shit up. Yeah, you can run this guy down. Nice chilling smite. I think he dies to Liandry's if we're being real. You got speed up for you? Oh, you're about to die to tower, man. Ooh, woo. Not again, bro. I think I've been hit by every single bit of CC this game that there is. What do you guys think? Does Orianna need the Q change like Syndra? Just cast a max range? That's why I want. Every single time there's a riot post on Twitter about like patches, I will literally go in the comments and I will ask for this change and they will ignore me. So I'm just waiting for the one day where they reply to me and they'll be like, we don't care. And then that way I can just not do it anymore. Somebody at Riot believes that precision, even if it's 1% more precision, is more valuable than 80% like increased smoothness and flow of gameplay. Like what they're trying to min-max just doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense why they're trying to do it that way. Ooh woo. I think that happened to me one game. Had Nyla and I put the orb on her to pull everyone to combo and she moved out of range and just ulted the crab instead. So that's slightly different. So there is a tether range. So your ball will disappear if somebody leaves the range of your positioning. What we're talking about is the queuing system. So if I queue out of range, it'll force me to move into that position before I can cast ball. So when you queue, you can also queue up your W, so that'll W when it lands. But the issue is that because you're in the movement stage, it doesn't actually do that, and it causes you to W or ult on the floor, instead of queuing or ulting or Wing when it lands Q-wise. Thank God, that's actually a huge play. I love you. You're the best. Thanks for everything. But I don't mind the tether range. The tether range makes sense. I just hate the fact that you have to reposition the cast ball, even if you're fucking your movement as a result of it. Like, the default shouldn't be fucking your movement. It should be allowing you to play the game and smoothly utilizing your skills. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It would be very meaningful to me. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.